Good morning and welcome. We're here at LSINW 2014 and you're watching the WBBA-TV channel. My name is Andrew Serafini and I am co-chair of this year's LSINW, and sitting with me today is Amanda Jones from Seattle Children's Research Institute. Amanda, tell us a little bit about yourself, give us some background.
Thank you. So I am the director of the Science Education Program at Seattle Children's Research Institute. And Seattle Children's Research Institute is located right here in downtown Seattle, and it is one of the premier pediatric research institutes in the country. We have over 330,000 square feet of research space located downtown, and a staff of over 1,100 people, including 300 principal investigators. My background is that I'm a classically trained scientist. I've got a PhD in microbiology and infectious diseases, and I was a professor at the University of Washington until 2008 when I was recruited by Seattle Children's Research Institute to start the science education program.
Great. So can you tell me a little bit about why Seattle Children's Research Institute established the science education program?
That's a really great question. So the program was really the brainchild of Dr. Jim Hendricks, who's the president of Seattle Children's Research Institute. And he really wanted to find a way to contribute to enhancing science education in Washington state. So we know that to get kids excited about science, they need access to high quality science experiments and exposure to positive role models. But a lot of schools, especially under-resourced public schools, lack the resources to make this happen. They lack the facilities and trained personnel. So he established the science education program to give kids a chance for high quality science education and every child to have an opportunity to work at a place like Seattle Children's Research Institute.
So you have a particular program there called the Science Adventure Lab. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program and the students and the schools that I would assume are part of that program?
Yes, thank you. So the Science Adventure Lab is our 45-foot state-of-the-art mobile science lab. It's a pretty cool rolling laboratory, and what we do is we travel around the state visiting elementary and middle schools, particularly underserved and under-resourced schools. The Science Adventure Lab looks just like our research labs at Seattle Children's Research Institute, and it's outfitted with research-grade equipment so that kids can do hands-on inquiry-based science experiments that are intended to get them excited about life sciences. We've been traveling around the state for more than 5 years, and we've seen more than 34,000 elementary and middle school students.
Wow, that is a lot of students. So generally with programs like this, you want to know if it's working, if it's not working. How do you evaluate, or how have you evaluated this program to know really how effective it is?
Yeah, evaluation is a really important component of our program, and we collect a number of different pieces of evaluation data. While the kids are on board our mobile science lab, we're using student voting devices, so we tell the kids they're on a science game show, and we get a chance to collect real-time feedback about whether they're grasping the concepts. We also do pre and post assessments, so measuring student content knowledge, interest, and how engaged they are in science learning and what they know about STEM careers. And of course, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. And we've collected a lot of data over the last 5 years, and it's pretty clear that exposure to this kind of experience has a pretty dramatic impact on all three of those key metrics. So we're very pleased with our data.
So, as I mentioned earlier, we're here at Life Science Innovation Northwest, and what this program is all about for the state of Washington. What is the nexus of your program to all of Washington State?
So, as I'm sure people know, Washington State has a very science and technology dependent economy, and organizations like mine, Seattle Children's Research Institute, and the companies that are present at this conference need a workforce that are literate in STEM skills. And however, Washington State ranks 46 in the country in producing STEM graduates, despite the fact that the demand is increasing. And STEM is more than just doing laboratory experiments at the bench. STEM skills are important for jobs in a huge number of sectors including manufacturing, food production, healthcare. So partnerships like mine, like our organizations with school district and other organizations that do this type of education activity are investing in the future, and it's really an investment in the future workforce, but we really need to do more. And those partnerships with schools and supporting teachers' works are really critical. And I'm very excited that the WBBA shares that understanding and is focused also on STEM education.
Fantastic. So you said you want to do more with usually a really good movie. There's always a great sequel. Tell us your work to expand your programs to include not only the students but the families.
Yeah. So really, the missing piece sometimes for kids, especially in low-income communities, is family engagement. And family engagement has been shown to be critical for a child's success, especially in math and science. But sometimes those families don't have the resources or the confidence or the knowledge to support science learning for some kids. And so we recently have expanded our program thanks to a grant from the federal government through a Science Education Partnership Award that has allowed us to add structured activities for families. And those include doing family science nights at the schools and then also inviting the families on a field trip to Seattle Children's Research Institute. And those field trips are particularly powerful. It's really hard, I think, for students and their families sometimes to envision what a job at a research institute might look like if you've never actually seen what goes on behind the doors. So by offering these field trips to kids and their families, we're literally opening the doors to the public of what goes on inside a research institute, the breadth of all the jobs that are available, and then figuratively, hopefully, opening the doors for kids from under-resourced communities to the types of careers that are available at a research organization.
Fantastic. I mean, they often say that the future of tomorrow is in the hands of our students today. I think what you and your organization is doing is fantastic for our youth, for our future leaders, our future scientists and engineers, and thank you for all that you've done. And so that's a wrap here on the WBBA-TV at LSINW 2014.